Good afternoon, everybody. My name's Neal. I'm the International Trade Advisor for rural Northumberland with the Department for International Trade. I want to talk to you about trading through the current situation with COVID-19 and how to actually secure your business, make the most of the opportunities, and how we can help you. So first things first, you need to do a serious assessment of your cash situation. Most businesses fail because they run out of cash. So take the time and do some scenario planning, whether you do that on a short, medium, and long-term approach, or a successful positive or negative approach, or a blend of the two. But it's really worth your time doing that. From that, you'll be able to understand what resources you might need to make use of going forward. But what you don't want to do is end up either running out of cash during this point or not having enough cash in the bank when you are restarting properly, fully into your business if you're currently on reduced trading. So you need to make sure you've got that cash. Then you need to talk to your supply chain. Is it secure? Even if you actually buy your supplies in from other UK companies, the chances are somewhere down that supply chain, there is actually an international element involved. We all know that the COVID-19 situation is progressing at different rates around the globe. And so it's affecting different markets at different times. So talk to your key suppliers. Have that conversation with them, make it a positive thing, that you're really phoning to make sure they're okay. Are they experiencing any difficulties? Is there anything you can do to help? Would it actually be beneficial for them if you made smaller but more frequent orders, if they're getting demands from other people? But make it so that you actually are front and center in their minds when they're thinking about who they're going to get supplies to. There have been interruptions in some supply chains, but it will be those customers who've actually reached out to their suppliers and had that dialogue who will be front and center in their mind when they're coming to prioritize supply. Then if you need to strengthen your supply chain, if your supplier says, no, actually we are experiencing difficulties, you're forewarned before you have a stop in supply. So you can actually go out and look for alternates. And we can help you with that as well, as can the International Chambers of Commerce. So if you are worried about interruption to supply, if you are going to have to think about an alternate product, then there are avenues where you can get help. After that, you need to be looking at talking to your agents, your distributors, and your key customers. How are they doing? This is a fantastic time to actually strengthen those relationships. Everybody's going to be dealing with different circumstances, and to actually have a friendly voice or a friendly face, even better, with Zoom meetings and Teams talk and Google Hangouts that we can all do now, it's really valuable. It's a really good way of strengthening those relationships. And your agents and distributors in international markets could be facing different pressures and actually feeling quite worried. Because if you've got contracts with them that have certain quantities in, which because of market interruption, they can't actually look at achieving, you need to know that now, and you need to be having negotiations that you should check with your legal team. Because if you've got a good agent and distributor, you don't want to penalize them for situations beyond their control and lose that relationship if that's going to be your springboard when the market actually comes back to fully function. Your key customers, you want them to know that they are really important to you. You don't want them thinking, well, it's been a bit quiet, and does that mean that they're having problems with supply, and are we going to have to look at maybe sourcing from one of their competitors? No, get in there first, be proactive, make them feel and make them know how important you are they are to you, so that actually strengthens that bond. That loyalty is going to be so important going forward. When you've had all of these conversations and you've crunched all your numbers, that's when you can start to put proper plans in place. That's when you know what your key areas to address are. So that's really vital. And as with all of these things, as I've mentioned, different markets, different areas, even different families are being affected differently by this situation. Tread sensitively. Yes, you want to secure your business, but these positive communications that you're having, they're also about building those lasting relationships. So whilst you're securing your business, look at it as a holistic thing for all of your business. You need to look at how you're going to take advantage of opportunities, because in this time there are opportunities. So it's those people who are prepared that are really making the most of this. So you need to gather some information about how your sector is faring and how it has been affected positively, negatively, and how it's reacting. So your industry bodies are going to be really important and vital for this for you, as are the rest of your contacts. So speak with your industry bodies, actually find out how the sector is getting on, and then it will give you a good measure as well of how you're actually faring in that situation. And hopefully you're actually coming out pretty well because you've done all of this work beforehand. Is there a COVID-19 positive or negative effect? Some businesses are actually seeing a massive positive effect. And it's not always where you would think. Yes, we know that there will be positive effects for businesses that are supplying PPE, disinfectants, that kind of thing. But also e-commerce has taken off. I've been speaking to a couple of my clients and they're seeing record pre-Christmas levels of trading going on, 200-300% up from this time last year. And it's because people are at home and they're wanting to shop. So if you've not currently got a strong e-commerce offer, you could actually look at adjusting your route to market, actually introduce that, and then back that up by contacting all of your clients and say, we now have an e-commerce offer. It's easier to order off us. Luxury goods, not something that I actually thought of, but I was watching a report from the China office the other week, and actually on week 6 of lockdown in China, sales of luxury handbags increased dramatically. An unforeseen consequence, but people who were locked down, they wanted to treat themselves, they weren't going out and spending money. And actually one of my e-commerce customers that I have who's experiencing high levels of trade, they are very much at the luxury end of the market. So people are looking to treat themselves. So can you take advantage of that? Or you maybe don't want to actually mention that to your partners or remove the credit cards. Can you pivot your business to meet a need? Can you be flexible? Can you adjust your manufacturing? Can you adjust your product offer to actually meet a need? It's amazing the businesses that are doing that. Yes, we've all heard about the gin distillers who are now making hand sanitizer, but I know of a company that actually used to do large picture display advertisements for people like L'Oreal, who are actually now making cashier screens for the supermarkets. Busier than they've ever been, having to subcontract it as well to meet demand. So have a look and see if you've got a process where you can actually lend that to something that's in high demand at the moment, then take advantage of it. Be flexible in your approach. And when you're also looking at your financial planning, that's something that you want to think about as well. So when you're doing your scenarios, always bear in mind, is there an opportunity that if we actually were able to pivot and could back that with some finance, take advantage. People will remember. People will remember you as being the business that could do that. If you're in manufacturing for parts and you have a customer who's looking around for a new part, it might not be something you do, but if they've known in the past that you've been able to pivot at short notice and produce, chances are they'll approach you because you have a can-do attitude. Okay, so it's also about what image you're projecting to the marketplace as well. All of that's strengthening your business. It goes without saying, keep a really close eye on the international markets. Situations are changing internationally quite quickly as the COVID-19 curve moves around the globe. We can really help you with that. We have contacts with our consulates and embassies around the world, and we can actually ask them to provide you with a boots on the ground situation for that market. I've actually got colleagues in America who are doing just that for one of my clients, and that's in 2 different parts of the States, and you would be surprised how differently those different parts of the United States are actually reacting to the situation and how things are opening up there. So keep an eye on it and keep checking back, okay? Nobody's going to object if you check back every few weeks with your ITA and just say, has there been any change? Has there been any news? That's what we're here for. So keep checking. Now, this might seem a bit sneaky, but I promise you it's not. Keep an eye on what your competitors are doing. People in the same markets have actually reacted very differently. And when I'm speaking to my clients, it's quite amazing how many of them are saying, we're the only ones out of our competitors that are still fully manufacturing or still fully trading. That means that the competitors' customers aren't actually getting serviced by them. Can you actually get in there and actually offer to supply to their customers? Now, that's filling a need for the customers and it's keeping them manufacturing. But also, if you've actually won that business and added value to them, how many of those are you going to retain? It's a cutthroat world sometimes, but your customers and your competitors' customers will want to keep trading. There's always the thing about special promotions. Should I do a special promotion to actually invite more business, to actually attract more customers? And there's an argument for yes, there really is. But what I would say is watch your pricing and look at the level of risk. So you need to be very sure that you're not cutting off your nose to spite your face. Other costs with regards to your landed goods are varying and a lot of them are going up. So before you start cutting your margin, really do an accurate assessment, talk to your freight forwarders, have a look at your cash before you start offering special promotions. And also make sure if you're having to bring goods in to service those special promotions, you can actually get the goods here in good time. However, if you've got goods sitting in a warehouse that are actually losing you money because they're not getting sold through their normal channels, then actually that is an idea to put up a reduced price to actually shift the stock, because at the moment it's dead money. So have a think about that. There was a lady I saw who was on the television who runs a chain of baby clothes shops, who actually said that her shops have become sarcophaguses for her cash because the clothes are all just sitting there shut, and that's an awful lot of their cash flow tied up. So as you don't want to run out of cash, if there is a way that you can actually generate cash from stock that isn't moving and isn't going to be taken up. If it's seasonal, for example, then do look at doing a special promotion on it. DIT can support you in a number of ways. Your international trade advisor, your critical friend, is here to help you. We're all at work, even though it's remotely. We're very happy to talk to you by video call, help you as much as we can. We're all, even myself, are getting used to the technology. It's taken a while, as my colleagues will tell you, but we're getting quite proficient. But we're here to help you to actually be successful through this. We can be your critical friend, give you the advice, be the sounding board, sometimes just be the friendly voice or friendly face at the other end to actually give you the support that you need. But we can also link in with all of our colleagues around the world, around the DIT network. So if you need information, or if you need to look at alternate supply, or if you have a problem, then we should be your first port of call. We're always here for you. We'll always be free for you to access. So please do use us. On top of all of that, we are getting up-to-date market information daily, and for different sectors, different regions, different parts of the world. So we're able to provide you with information that you might not otherwise access. There's the opportunities on our website. I'm sure most of you have actually been to our website, great.gov.uk. But if you go on there, there's still the live export opportunities that are being loaded on by our colleagues. And we're also being given access to other opportunities that are coming through with regards to different schemes and different initiatives that are coming up. So if you are taking this time to look at your export planning, to actually maybe explore new markets, or to look at a different route to market, or expand your presence in a market, then use the website, use your ITA. We'll be able to help you to actually explore all those opportunities and actually strengthen your business. There's training and networking online. I'm sure we're all getting very used to doing online networking now. So I have heard that everybody's still missing the bacon sandwiches. Use that to actually make stronger connections. The advantage of it being online now is we can network with people from all around the globe. So use that. It's a good way of actually making new contacts. And the training that we've got that's coming down through webinars is really, really useful. There's a whole series of webinars around trading through COVID-19 that are being released by the department next week. So if you haven't been given the details for that via the marketing department, then get in touch with your ITA and we can send you the details. Lastly, again, our website. It's packed full of information. It's regularly updated. It's regularly upgraded. So please do use it. It's there as a reference tool for you. And any questions, contact your ITA, contact your local office. We're here to help you.